my company, Inland Yoga Centers, began as a small company just called Inland Yoga, and we started in a 500 square foot room, hardwood floors and a bathroom, and we just offered yoga classes. At that time we just called it Inland Yoga, and it was at Canyon Crest Town Center in Riverside. From there, I think about 9 months later, we moved to a little bit bigger, like 1,300 square feet. We had a reception room, a studio, and continued to offer just classes. But Scott Miller, who was my partner at the time, started a small teacher training program out of that studio. So it started as a really small business, and now, where we're going in the future, it's getting a little bit bigger. Our major customers, they're everyone. They range from, we have children that do Mommy and Me yoga classes to seniors that do senior classes. We work with Riverside Community College. We work not only in the United States, but we work in India offering teacher training. We offer touring. We offer clothing. So Inland Yoga's customers are not just maybe ages 30 to 45. They range, like I said, from children to seniors in the United States and India, all over the world. The goal of Inland Yoga companies is to create not just a studio that has yoga classes, but to create what I like to think of as a lifestyle company, a place where you can learn how to keep your body healthy, you can travel all over the world, you can study if you're interested in therapeutics and yoga therapy and anything like that. You can study at our school. We've just started a cookbook, so you can start cooking in a different way, as well as clothing. All the clothing that I create through Inland Yoga companies is related to yoga, related to fitness, related to comfort, and related to health. I think it depends on what kind of entrepreneur you're talking about. There are definitely entrepreneurs that are born. You can have a company, you work in that company for 5, 10 years, it gets bigger and bigger, and you continue to maintain it, and it's your life. Then I think there's other kinds of entrepreneurs that are made, where you can go to school, you can learn how to do it, you can start a company. Then for someone like me, I believe that I was born this way. I've always loved to work in business. I've always wanted to be my own boss, to have freedom. And the way that I do business is I can't have just one business going. I have to have more than one. In that particular kind of entrepreneur, it's what is called the serial entrepreneur. I think that's definitely someone that's born. I don't think you can be made into that. It requires your ability to handle stress, to multitask, and to see things on a really big scale and not necessarily what's just happening right in front of you. The inspiration for Inland Yoga was a few things. The first is where I come from. I'm from San Francisco Bay Area. I grew up doing yoga, and as a child in San Francisco and Oakland and Berkeley, everywhere you went, there was a yoga studio. When I came to Riverside, I got my master's or my bachelor's degree at UCR, and there wasn't any yoga studios in Riverside. There was one with Christy Hall, Yoga Solution, but that was it. So I met Scott Miller, and we agreed together it would be wonderful to offer this yoga studio that had a different kind of yoga than was being offered. So really what inspired me to do it was that it didn't exist. The other thing that inspired me was that I wanted to be successful in the yoga community. It was something that I was interested in. And my history and my background began to lead me to that place. So that was really what inspired me. I always felt that my freedom was more important than someone else's decision about my time. And I also felt that I could decide what I was worth instead of someone else telling me how much I was worth, how many hours I could work. I really always felt that I should be able to make my own decisions. You know, I have a family, I have friends. I wanted freedom. I didn't want to necessarily say, you know, hey, can I have this day off? In my opinion, I should be able to take any day off that I want. But now having a business doesn't mean I get free time every day. I mean, I just spent 6 weeks in another country, and it's something that obviously took time away from my family, but at least I can make that decision. So if I work for someone else, they have to decide when I have my free time. If I work for myself, then I get to decide. The most satisfying thing I find about being an entrepreneur is the ability, really, ultimately, to help my community. Everything that I've started, even though my yoga company is a corporation and it's a for-profit corporation, everything that I've started has been to benefit the community that I live in. We started Inland Yoga. It was a small company in 2002. I was there for a year. I left. I started Empire Recovery Services. I started an investment company to help Empire Recovery Services, which was a nonprofit, and then went back to Inland Yoga to grow that business. And what's been satisfying about all of those has been creating institutions that help other people. I'm not just making lots of money. I'm actually, in my yoga studios, I'm actually offering a place for people to live their dreams, to teach yoga, to help other people. People are stressed, people are overworked, and yoga is, for so many people, a way to balance themselves out, and that makes me feel good. My history of where I came from 10 years ago, many people know this about me. 10 years ago, I was homeless. I was living on the streets. I literally ate out of the trash cans and the gutters if I couldn't find food, and I was there for 6 months, and it was incredibly painful, but people gave me a chance. And so because of that chance, I was able now to create the same opportunities. I've done it with Empire Recovery. I've done it with the yoga studios. I want to help the community and offer a place for people to feel good. To definitely hold on, to be patient, and to be prepared. It's not easy. As I mentioned before, I was homeless, and I'll tell you something. This work that I'm doing now, there are days when it was just as hard as those days, or sometimes even harder. I've been through a lot. In the last year, I've gotten divorced. I've started companies in India. You can't ever sit still, and you've got to be able to say, okay, what's next? What's next? And when you say what's next, sometimes you don't know what's going to happen, what that next step is going to be, and you've got to be prepared to find whatever strength within yourself so that you can meet whatever challenge it is that you're faced with confidence, with complete trust in that everything that you're doing is going to work out, and all of the decisions that you make are going to be good ones. So if you love business, if you have a dream, if you have a desire, go for it, do it, but just be prepared, be patient, and trust that everything you do in life, in this business, will work out.